Welcome back everybody to Let's Play Graffiti Kingdom. So I took on the game's first boss last episode, encountered with another peculiar character, Tablet.
Okay, so where'd you
And now I
go?
find somebody else.
So despite all that showing off, you really weren't thinking of anything.
Come on, where's the fun in thinking before you do something?
What an amazing personality you must have.
What the? I know that voice. Hey, that's my tutor!
Prince Pixel, please.
It looks like you know each other. Aren't you going to help him?
Well, I don't really like him.
Excuse me?
Just kidding, just kidding! Okay, here I come.
Yeah, Pixel's a bit of an asshole. Now, I don't know why the teacher actually expects Pixel to be able to help, but whatever. I think these are the only creatures that you ever actually... Well, this is one of the only cases you'll ever actually find creatures appearing in a level that isn't their own level, or somewhere that, an area that they're not native to. Since Spongy and Dirtums are cardboard plains enemies.
Look how strong you have become. This must be a strong reflection on how serious you've been with your studies.
Or I found a freaking wand that lets me kill shit.
Yeah, sure, whatever. By the way, what happens if you get captured?
An excellent question. Well done. A terrible fate awaits those of us who are captured. When the devil built his palace, many of us were automatically trapped with the demons, who proceeded to hunt all of us down one by one. Those of us captured are taken to a place too horrible to describe. Prince Pixel? Prince Pixel! Prince Pixel!
Wait, shouldn't you listen to the whole story first?
Yeah, right. Once he starts talking, it goes on forever and ever. It just makes me tired.
But he could have said something helpful.
Why sit and listen when we can find out ourselves? Forget him!
Well, I guess so. All right, let's hurry then.
I don't know the answer to that question, so I'm just going to talk about related things while saying that it's bad. This guy's like a freaking politician. Anyways. Weird teacher people. Alright, so as you can see, this place is clearly divided up into two areas. We have fire and ice. Firen, come on. And we get to learn about status effects and whatnot. See, most attacks in this game have elemental variations. There are a number of elements as well. And getting hit, and the thing about elemental attacks is if an elemental attack knocks you over, instead of just knocking you over, I'll actually inflict some kind of condition on you. Ow. And some of the elemental attacks have really dumb names that don't sound elemental at all, like Trimble Stomp. There's also Fear Punch, which is supposed to be an ice punch attack. I guess the idea is like frozen with fear. Yes, there we go, I just got Fear Punch. So let's see if I can punch this guy. There we go. He got frozen. Now, I don't really like freezing enemies because when they get unfrozen, they have a really long period of mercy invincibility. But it's something I can put up with, I suppose. I'll show off both sides of this area. It's not very long. or neither side is very long. Ow. There's one particular move. I don't remember the location. I don't remember where you get it. I'm pretty sure you can have it by this point in the game. So I recall having used it myself at this point in the game. I don't think it was a rare enemy either. Oh yes, there's also a rather peculiar ability you can use in this game. If you click the right stick, you'll go into first person. Which sounds pretty normal. But then you find out that the entire world freezes around you. No pun intended. That's really useful. If you suddenly get ambushed by a ton of enemies. That move that I was talking about, by the way, that I didn't remember the location of, it's this move right here. I just now got high jump. It's basically just normal jump, but higher, and you make a different sound when you do it. Instead of your creature making some kind of noise that they grunt, it's always just the same spring sound regardless of your voice. You also jump higher, yay, and it gives you, or it takes more energy. Normal jump doesn't actually take any energy, even though it stops you from regenerating energy. I just always give everything a high jump. Just makes things easier for everybody. High jump was actually one of the attacks that this SpongeBob creature had when I first loaded it 2 episodes ago. That I ended up getting rid of. Alright, onwards. Now I'm gonna go back in here because there's actually... Because now that I have high jump, I can actually do things a bit differently. Can this thing jump all the way up there? I don't think it can. Yeah, this thing has nice, long, skinny legs, so it jumps really high. Oh, damn it. Which is why I like it as a movement creature. It jumps high, it moves quick. What's it? Difficult to... Damn it. Tad difficult to control. Seriously, can you go away? So I never really explain what different status elements are. We haven't encountered all the elements yet, so I'm not going to explain all of them. But I will explain what we've encountered so far. So we've seen ice, you just get frozen, and get tons of mercy invincibility if you don't get attacked before you're unfrozen. Card. I don't remember what card that is, actually. And if you get caught on fire, fire is one of the most annoying things to have happen to you, actually. Because when you're set alight... Oops. If you jump at this right, you can actually just use high jumping and jump straight up this entire cliff. I can get really close here. Yeah, let's get caught on fire. Well, yeah, the status element for fire is, of course, catching fire. Yay, tails! Those give us a couple of new attacks. None of which I really like, but they're no attacks. Or I can just make something, or I can just make a tail animated like a tail, instead of actually attacking with it. Am I having difficulties going up here? I was able to jump up there using high jump without much hardship earlier on, or in my first playthrough. think what I did was, I hit a, what? Darn thing, jump. I thought I had hit a, one of those boost pads and then jumped afterwards, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, I guess I just did that jump like that. By the way, those ice crowns respawn a lot for some reason. If you keep killing them. Anyways, since I'm not completing my sentences, when you get caught on fire, well, you catch fire for one, and god damn it, you don't lose your control of yourself, but you will keep running forwards, and you can't stop running forwards, and you will not be able to perform any sort of action while you're on fire. And you'll take a very small amount of cumulative damage while you're on fire as well, but it's not much at all. Well, I might want to use that charge attack. No, well, I made the jump without the charge attack, but whatever. And during any status ailment, you can't change your creature, which is somewhat annoying as well. But fire, I do think, because you can't actually attack and because you're vulnerable, is one of the worst attacks. Or one of the worst, damn it, status conditions. You just respawn in the room, having taken some damage. That's what happens if you fall. Doesn't matter if you fall into a chasm or into water or whatever. And no, neither Pixel nor any of his creations can actually swim. Die. I don't know how the developers came up with so many of the ideas that they did. Freaking diaper frog and whatnot. I guess they're kind of amusing at least. By the way, if an item falls down in a chasm, particularly water, you won't be able to pick that. You can't pick it up. Even if you go underwater to try to pick it up, you'll just fall straight through it. But very much a nuisance. But you may have noticed, actually, that SpongeBob's spin attack is actually a fire attack. Elemental attacks don't really do more damage or anything, and there's no sort of elemental rock, paper, scissors in this game. Elemental attacks, for the most part, just have a chance of inflicting this. Well, just inflict a status ailment if they knock down an enemy. And that's all that there is to it. With the exception of one particular element. There's one particular element that is for some reason really overpowered. By the way, don't hit this black stuff. It's oil. It catches on fire. If you hit it with some sort of melee fire attack, you will get hurt by it. Although not necessarily caught on fire. That guy just got caught on fire. That's what being caught on fire is like. In case you need a visual demonstration. Eventually the fuel will be consumed, but still a pain to have to put up with, so do try to avoid setting things on fire, at least until you can do so safely from a distance. In a controlled and safe environment. And that lava stuff, don't touch it. It hurts a lot. I'm not sure just how far I'm going to take my kill every enemy policy in this game. So I really would like to be somewhere near the level that I was when I was first playing through this game, when I get to the various parts of the game. I'd like to actually... It would be kind of nice to get to level 50 at some point in the game, because that would mean showing all the different things that you unlock from leveling up. Also, see these enemies here? They are a serious pain in the ass to collect the cards of. Hello? God damn it. Wait, why did I make a creature sound when I fell in the water? Pixel is hiding something. Seriously though, I almost did right there. Like, so I try to pick that up, I'll fall straight through it. Unless you just do low weak attacks that just nudge enemies like I did right there. What I recommend doing for these enemies who don't pick up their cards is just trying to do it later on in the game when you have attacks that deal more damage while not knocking enemies back as far. Also, this particular enemy, the Fapping Penguin, what I was about to say, he dropped his card first go. It took... Oh, come on! It took me very many tries to get him to drop his card when I played through this the first time. Green light hearts. Is that really any reason to attack an enemy if they're just going to end up falling to a chasm anyways? Aside from getting them out of your face, I guess. Because you can't pick up whatever it is that they end up dropping. Hey, Princess Puppy. I think that's actually a rare spawn. Spin kick. A little more awkward looking attacks. It's a lot faster though than spin punch, I'll say that much. Just don't fall off, alright? I'm saying that to Princess Pumpy, not myself. Oh, come on, get over here. Ah! Right in midair. I don't really remember what attacks all these different enemies have, so I'm just taking the abilities of every enemy I find. Although some of them I do actually know have really good abilities that I do want. Like, I didn't remember which enemy had a high jump. For example. I also do know which enemy has another kind of jump that I want. But that's... there you go. Princess Pumpy appears in place of Ola Ostrich sometimes. That's what normally would have appeared in place of Princess Pumpy. So this area is actually something of a good area for being in the game, or for grinding at the beginning of the game, because you can pick up these things. And even though they'll be just be bronze if you re-enter the room later, they'll must be bronze anyways. It's something you can do, I guess, if you want to just make yourself something along the lines of overleveled. Combinations. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'll show that off in a second. By the way, there's a faint image of a dolphin right here. If you hit that, what appears? Dolphins! Which for some reason you might want to kill, I guess. I don't think it even attacks you at all. Anyways, I'll show off that combinations thing in a minute. It's... the game doesn't really tell you what combinations are at any point. There's no indications what they actually are. The game has a tendency to not tell you things. Like, when you unlock certain things. Or, how the hell it is you actually get super rare enemies to appear. You know, I guess that is why they're super rare. Some of them are just kind of stupid in how they won't appear until you go back through a level after you've reached a certain point in the game. But combinations are something that is very nice to use. I'm happy to have finally gotten that. Speaking of being happy about having done things, I am now happy that SpongeBob has a fire attack. because I can melt this ice. Go away, bunnies. Ow. I'm not sure when it is I'll switch to another creation. There's a number of things I do intend to create later that I haven't actually created yet in this game. One of them is currently a work in progress. Other ones I've actually figured out how I'm going to make them. I've drawn it all out on paper, which seems to be a tactic that has been successful for me thus far. So do expect to see a number of my own creations throughout this, like this SpongeBob. I do already have a couple in mind that I will show off later, once I actually have the abilities that I gave them unlocked. Don't fall down there. Blockade. Fear Hook. I still don't like how it's called Fear. And something like Cold Kick is acceptable, because it's cold, as in, which kind of makes sense with ice. But Fear, blah. By the way, it didn't happen right there, but giant ass, snowballs just sometimes fall down that slope. By the way, you might notice that some of the larger graffitis, if you become them, you're not actually as big. There is a size limit to how big you can be. Is something gonna fall down? I don't know how it is that you make those snowballs fall down. Float. Float, I don't know what the difference is between float and curve, to be honest. I think float is just curve, except it doesn't dangle. I think curve parts will dangle if you have them up over empty space, whereas curve parts won't. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's show off combinations. So now I have a second slot on D. D, really? Square. Ta-da! Let's make the second one Fear Punch as well. So, ice and fire. There are certain switches you'll find later on in the game that will only be activated by attacks of certain elements. So, having some elemental diversity in your attacks is a good idea. Anyways, I'll just give that combination to Rainbow Bear. I'm not going to do anything else for the other characters, because SpongeBob, I'm quite fine with him having a spin attack even if I hate it. And I'm not going to worry about attacks for that Bautista thing, because that's mainly used for movement instead of actual attacks. So look at that, Archaeo actually made something that was useful to me in this game. Oddly enough. I don't like tackles. Move attacks aren't actually attacks, well, like, with the exception of one, I guess. Stomp, swing kick, spin kick. Spin kicks are kind of quick, at least. That looks really awkward. Using your right leg going around like that. Anyways. Onwards onto the next part we go. Ta-da, so now if I just mash square I can attack like that. It's very nice. By the way, I forgot to explain that there's actually water things you'll find. And if you attack them with ice attacks, they will freeze, and you can slip on them. And I didn't realize that slipping on ice actually did damage. As Pixel, you just kind of slide around on it and take way more damage. That's amusing. I didn't know Pixel did that. Cutscene time. With more weird names that aren't very art-like.
Muscle!
It's Carl.
You're late, kid. I got sick of waiting.
And you are?
Huh? You dare to ask? I am Carlton, personal servant to His Eminence, the Devil.
You mean you're the boss of this world?
Boss? Well, see, I'm not interested in being a boss. So if that's what you're looking for, you want to talk to Easel.
If you aren't the boss, I guess we're finished then. Bye.
Well, that's what you think, little guy. The rules state that if you want to keep on going, you've got to beat me first. Tough, ain't it?
Well then, why didn't you say so sooner?
Look, could you, at least act scared or something? Man, kids today.
Never mind him. He's just difficult. That's all.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Arg! Enough talk already. I waited for you so long, I already had lunch 3 times today. Now, get yourself ready so we can fight.
Wow, he sure reminds me of someone I'm hanging from now.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Well, the game's skipping in the cutscenes a little less now, I guess. So from what I've heard, some people think this boss fight's actually kind of freaking hard. I don't really understand that, but okay.
Come on.
Also, Carlton's design is awesome. He actually has like spinning parts. Looks really nice. They did a really good job with that. Anyways, these little Carlton wannabes. This is the only place in the game they'll actually appear. So if you want, take the tail. So you want to get all the cards in this game, you're gonna have to get the cards from these guys right now. I'm trying to get the card actually. I don't know why I'm trying to get the card, but yes, if you do want to get all the cards in this game, you're gonna have to get those Carlton Wombi cards right now. For me, it's just kind of usual dodge and attack thing. Also, sometimes bosses will taunt and be invincible while doing so. Here's the card. Now, if you actually, if you're either really patient, well, obviously will drop hearts sometimes. Anyways, if you're really patient, or you just have to be close to getting a level up, something you can also do is, get experience from the wannabes and get a level up in the middle of the fight. And I'll bring your health back up. SpongeBob. I'm really glad that I gave him extra invisible arms to increase his range. I like how he falls on his knees and falls over.
Phew. Not bad, kid. I think I'm gonna have to get serious now.
What? You're still alive?
Of course. You think I would lose to a petty little... what? What's happening? You mean I lost?
Wow, you finally realized that.
Don't think you'll get so lucky next time. I'll see ya, kid!
Weird guy.
I think we're about halfway there. Let's keep going.
Still half? This is starting to get boring.
You get bored real fast, you know that?
I think that might actually be in 1/3 of the way through, not half. I don't remember. Line pin. I'll show off the line pin later. In a later episode, because it's not time to end off this one. There's just... There are... Well, yeah, there's one more thing I want to try out. Lava hole. Yeah, there are 2 more areas left before the boss. Alright, so let's go back to the entrance. I think I should be able to find those creatures I was looking for earlier now in cardboard plains. Or canvas plains. I always want to call it cardboard plains. I know that I did manage to encounter these enemies while I was on the 3rd area. Or on the area after Lava Hole. So I might be able to encounter them right now as well. I'm not sure. Also notice I'm actually one-hitting enemies now. I have actually become stronger with my level increasing. Come on! I want that ability. The entire reason I want to find these enemies is because they have a certain ability that I like. That I happen to find very useful. That I always give my mobility. Graffiti. I guess they have a pretty high spawn rate too, so I guess I'll have to check back later to try to finish the lava hole. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode of Let's Play Graffiti Kingdom. I ought to change up that rainbow bear at some point. I should probably use something other than the rainbow bear. If I'm gonna keep using the rainbow bear, I should probably customize it somehow. But anyways, that's gonna be it for now. You see my 100% file right there. And because it's completed, it has a nice little red ribbon. So, on the next episode of Let's Play Graffiti Kingdom, we'll advance through this pretty little place called the Lava Hole. It's actually pretty hard, comparatively, compared to the rest of the game, but whatever. See you guys.